So he's got two EMAs crossing each other. And he wants to eliminate that crossover signal if price is more than 20 pips away from, sounds like the faster moving EMA, from the EMA 8. So, all right, let's see. So we're making a price to moving average filter, right? It's going to be price 20 ticks to a moving average filter. All right, so let me grab a crossover solver so I can at least get some crossover signals on my chart, and it's going to be easier for me to find, you know, a spot on the chart that I can work with. So let's see. All right, so our first indicator is going to be the EMA 8. There you go. There's the EMA. Change that to an 8 period. And B, let's see, input B will be our EMA 35. There we go. So with that, there we go. That's going to make looking for, you know, looking for a working area on this chart a little easier. See, I'm going to switch over to the NQ since that's a lot more volatile and I can probably find what I'm looking for. All right, another thing that's kind of helpful is I like to draw myself, or yeah, create little drawing tools. Kind of helps out a little bit for measuring things. 20 pips or 20 ticks on the NQ is 5 points. There we go. All right. No, I was thinking that was going to do it. Doesn't look like it. Oh, my little measuring, oh, there it is. Thought my little measuring device disappeared on me. There we go. Set this to auto scale. Okay. Well, it seems like this EMA 8 just moves too tightly close to price. So, all right, I'm going to make some adjustments here. So let's make this EMA, make this an EMA 20 to an EMA 55. Let's go make some adjustments to that crossover solver. There we go. So here's our crossover solver. So I change that to an EMA 20 to an EMA 55. So let's go adjust the indicators now. Okay, change the period to 20 on that one, and then the EMA down here for input B, change that to 55. There we go. Just makes it so much easier when the signals actually line up with the crossover. All right, I think I might have found one here. So, there we go. Let me circle this so I don't lose it. And let's see here. All right. There, we're measuring from the solid moving average, which is our faster one, up to price, and there we go. We have a winner. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. Right, price is too far away from the faster moving average of the crossover. So this signal here would get filtered out. There. All right, let's shrink up our chart a little bit. Like so. Okay, let's get BloodHound open and set it over here. All right, let's go to the logic tab. There. Okay, so here's our basically our crossover signals to work with. And so now to build this filter here, so we're going to grab a comparison solver. Let's connect that in. So let's see. All right. So this was a cross up signal, a long signal here. So price is right. Price is going to be above our faster moving average, right? When we get cross ups. So we're going to compare the low of the bar to the moving average for a long signal. Right? Low of the bar to the indicator for long signals, and vice versa, right? If it's a cross down, it's going to be the high of the bar to the indicator. So let's set input A. Let's see, this is a long, yeah, so input A is going to be price. Yeah, price. Let's see, for longs, we're using the low of the bar. And then for a short cross down, we're going to be looking at the high of the bar. And input B, that's going to be our faster moving average. All right, so that will be our EMA 20. And now let's set up the distance here. So that's going to be 20 ticks or 20 pips, like so. And now we need to reverse the outputs here, right? So right now, if we look at the output, right, it's looking for A, which is price to be greater than B, right? And just simply looking at the screen here, right, we can see whenever the bars are more than 20 ticks away, we're getting a signal, but right, we need an output when the bars are within 20 ticks. Right? So this is where we actually need a signal. So we need to block these bars if there's a crossover, but we need to allow these bars if there's a crossover because they're within 20 ticks. So to do that, we need to reverse our output here like this. We can just simply use the A equals B, within X number of ticks. Right. Sometimes you'll notice the text doesn't update. It still says 0 ticks. So if I just click off and then click back on the solver, there. Now the value gets refreshed. So now it says A equals B within 20 ticks. All right. Like so. All right, so what we're seeing now are the bars, which are within 20 ticks that would allow a crossover signal. So now we just simply need to take an AND node, right? Plug our signal in, and then this is our filter, like so. Connect that in. And let's name this solver before we get going too far here. 20 tick filter. Price to moving average 20 tick filter. And there we go. So this crossover solver was removed like so. Let's kind of scan through here. Yeah, we can also see here in some extreme cases, let's see, this was a cross up. I wasn't really given the details here, but we can see here that this cross up the, let's see, how did I do this again? For longs, the low, let's see, yeah, so the low of the bar, wow, that low of that bar was more than 20 ticks away. Let's take a look. Ah, it was. Yeah, so the low of the bar was more than 20 ticks away. So, you know, anyways, I don't have enough detailed information to know if that signal should be kept or not, so I'm just gonna have to go with it. What we have here. Yeah, so here we have a cross up, and our low is within 20 ticks. Same thing with this cross down, right? The low is within 20 ticks. There we go. This is the one that we filtered out. And let's see what else we have. Yeah, there we go. A short cross down. Price is close enough. There we go. Long cross. That low is within 5 ticks. All right. So on and so forth. All right. So you also wanted to be able to filter signals when the RSI reaches 70. You know, when the RSI reaches 70 or is under 30. Yeah. So okay. So this RSI is above 70 or below 30. All right. Okay. There's our RSI. Let's see. Our lines are at 30 and 70. And we turn off the average line. Okay, so I'm going to guess that for a cross down, if the RSI is below 30, yeah, we want to remove that cross down. Let's see if I can find some crossovers to work with. Nothing yet. Hold on. Let me. I'm going to make a new logic template to work with here. So right now I'm working with filtered crossovers, so I want to see all the crossovers. So let's make a copy of this logic template here. Okay, so there we go. So we're building an RSI 7030 filter. So let's get rid of this price distance filter. There, so now we're just looking at just the crossovers. All right, great. Finally, we have one here. So here's a cross down, and we can see the RSI is below the 30 line there. Right, so these two lines here is the 70 line and 30 line. So there we go. So this would be a signal that would get filtered out. All right, so let's grab a threshold solver to do this. And we'll connect it up. All right, let's give this a name here. Okay, first thing to do, let's set up the indicator. All right, RSI. We're just using the 14 period. And I'm using the RSI line. All right, call it good. Now, setting up the threshold levels. All right, so 70 is one of them, and 30 is going to be the lower one, right? Now, we need values in between. You can't leave zeros in here because the order has to be in descending order, right? So 0 is not descending down to 30. So we need values in the middle. So let's grab 70 and 50 and 30. There we go. So now our values are in descending order. And so next, we just need to look at the output names here and figure out which of these outputs we want. All right, so for a short cross down, we want everything above 30 and above. So for a short, right, for short output or short cross downs, we want at 30, at 50, at 70, and above 70, like so. Right, there we go. So whenever the RSI is above 30, we have a short output that will allow short signals. And then if the RSI goes below 30, there's no output, and that will block short signals, right? No output means you'll block short signals. So, all right, and then let's set up the long outputs here, and that's basically just going to be reverse. Like so. Right? So whenever the RSI is below the 70 line here, then we'll have a long output. And if the RSI goes above the 70 level, then, right, no long output. Right? So this absence of a long output will block long signals when the RSI is above 70. Okay, so let's take a look. Here's our crossover signal. Connect that in, and it's filtered out. There we go. There's our RSI 70-30 filter. So let's take a look. There we go. Here, let's do a little tip here, so that we can kind of see two conditions at the same time here. Let's see here. So what I want to do is from BloodHound, I want to see the crossover signal, or I want to see the filtered out crossover signals. So in other words, I want to see all crossover signals, and then the actual signal itself too. So what I'm going to do is grab an OR node. There's a little trick, connect that into that OR node, and then grab a second OR node, connect them up like this, and right now here's that cross down that was filtered out. Right, we're actually seeing the entire signal, but right, I just want to see a little indication that there was a cross down there, not an actual short signal. So what I can do is from this OR node, right, the last one, let's see, I'm going to name this one here first. All right, there we go. So this OR node is kind of showing me all the crossover signals. And so this OR node here, what I could do is I could take the slider like so, knock it down a little bit, right? So I'm adjusting the slider for the all crossover signal OR node. And so now, right, I see an output, but it's not a signal, right? If we look, let's see if, there we go. If I shrink this down a little bit, right? So here's the long signal, and then this short is just a partial output. Actually, if I shrink this down, there we go. There. All right, so if I adjust the scaling, as you can see, right, the short output was just a little bit, but it didn't reach the signal threshold level down here to turn it into a signal, right? So in other words, there's no racing stripe, but I got a little blip right there. So all right, so this will help me kind of scan through and see all the crossovers that were filtered out. And let's see here. Right, I think there's only going to be one or two signals that was filtered out. Yeah, okay, so here's a long signal, or long cross up, I should say, not signal. A long cross up that was filtered out. We can see our RSI, right, is above 70 here. And oh, even another short got filtered out. The RSI is below 30. There. All right, so there we go. So that was part 2 of Ronnie's question. So here we go. This This was the filter. This threshold solver was the filter here. So the key was obviously putting in the threshold values, but then the real key was setting up the outputs that you want to see.